Fine. Can you able to see the screen, right?
Yes.
So since we are in the module called concept learning, so here the machine has to be familiar with the data and where it has been classified, whether with as a positive example or negative example is represented with yes and then no. All these things were discussed in the last class itself, but still, since the strength is very less, let me go with finders again, so that any doubts if you have, you can ask me. So here I had a problem of Mr. Aldo, who is enjoying his favorite water sport based on the weather conditions. So here, if the sky is all these are your instances, uh, so instance x is a collection of attributes. See, here everything, uh, each row is an instance here, so that it's a collection of attributes called sky, air temperature, humidity, wind, water forecast, and then enjoy sport. Okay, so which is the target function which tells about under what conditions the fellow is going to enjoy his water sport. In this example, the target function C is nothing but enjoy sport, which is represented with the C of X, which is represented, the target function is nothing but the classified label is represented with the C of X. The value can be either 1 or 0. S represents 1, 0 no represents 0. No represents 0. So here, your S are 1, which are nothing but your positive examples, whereas no or 0 represents the negative example. So according to our question, our example, we have the third sample, which is the negative example. He will not enjoy his sport when the sky is rainy, air temperature is cold, humidity is high, wind is strong, water is warm, and weather forecast is changing. Okay, this is the situation. Coming to the finders algorithm, finders is going to work only with the positive samples, not with the negative samples. So according to this, I have to select. I have to the output of the finders algorithm is it is going to give you the hypothesis condition, uh, the best hypothesis one that is going to suit according to situation, right? See now, when this data set is like this, I cannot come to know that under what situations is going to enjoy. Uh, so I have to assume that he is going to enjoy his sport, whatever the weather it is. I mean, Finders is going to give you. It is going to start from the very specific to specific hypothesis. So we call here it is. Find S is nothing but finding the specific hypothesis. And further, you cannot find one more specific one. So I have been, just remember, find S contains, just works only on the positive samples. It starts with very specific, means the hypothesis with all the values. Hypothesis is nothing but a representation of all these attributes. All these attributes, it doesn't take the value initially, it will take the highly specific condition that is represented with the set of hypothesis with all the values. I think you have 6 attributes, right? Sky, wind, weather, air temperature, all those things. Excluding your target concept, that is your 7th attribute. The last column or the first column, you can predict based on the data set you got. It is going to act as a classification data. That is only for the selection purpose, whether I'm going to select positive sample or negative sample. For that purpose, their last column called target concept has been given to you. Here the most specific hypothesis is represented. Our journey in finders will start from the most specific hypothesis, which is represented with 5, for all the attributes given in the example, and I will end up with any hypothesis you take. Hypothesis means what? These are the general conditions, the assumption conditions. Initially, I'll assume something. So, at the end of the algorithm, I may end it somewhere. So, the possible constraints. So, initially, I don't have any constraint. I'll just assume something based on my data set. when I compare my data set with my hypothesis, every time my hypothesis is going to change step by step. Remember, in finders, we always move from the specific region to general region. Anything you take in your machine learning, design framework, before you go for the design framework, you have to generate the hypothesis. You have to generate the hypothesis. Here, I'm starting from the very specific hypothesis. I'm slowly, when I'm reading every data set, every row of the data set, I am moving from very specific region to the specific region to the general region. Means, by considering only the positive samples, the finders is going to shrink the specific region towards the general region. So now your hypothesis is completely specific. One by one, after one by one sample, you're going towards your general region. That's why the specific region shrinks in finders. Okay. So these are my instances. You see that? A target function is the last column. Hypothesis. Hypothesis is it's a conjunction of constraints on the attributes. Constraint can be anything. See, these are the attributes. You know that sky is an attribute, air temperature is an attribute. What is the constraint that I'm going to impose on it? What is the condition I'm going to provide over the particular attribute? See, my sky has to be sunny only. Only then I am going for enjoying my water sport. So if this is the case, only under sunny I'm going to enjoy the water sport. In the sense, you are very particular about, you are very specific about the sky attribute. This is a constraint I'm providing over that. So when you see any value, any categorical value like this, either sunny or rainy, that is called specific. When you see the sky value as 5, we have seen, right? When you see the sky value as 5, no value is acceptable. Whatever may be the sky value, if you see that 5 over there, so I don't accept. Anything may be the value of it, I don't accept. So no value is acceptable. So where we are starting our journey, we are starting no value acceptable towards acceptable, and finally going with anything acceptable, means called general. Suppose if you have a specific value where wind equal to warm, you see that wind is equal to warm or whatever it is, uh, or wind is equal to strong, it means it is called specific. Some specific, highly specific is 5. Providing a categorical value to a particular attribute is specific. If you see any question mark in your hypothesis, question mark, suppose in the place of wind, what is the place of wind? Actually, fourth place, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. In the place of wind, if I have a question mark, what does it mean? Anything may be the value of wind, I'm going to enjoy my water sport. Any doubts till now? General means anything can be in any value which is represented with a question mark. For that attribute, any value can be acceptable. Can be, the weather can be of any type, but I'm going to enjoy my water sport. That is called general. Specific means the water has to be warm only. Only then I'll enjoy. Like that. Very specific, highly specific 5 means any value, I don't enjoy my water sport. So I am moving from 5 to towards general. So the hypothesis that I'm going to get out of the finders is the specific hypothesis. Further, I don't have any specificity. So that is called finders. Finders means finding the maximal specific hypothesis. That is the maximum one. I cannot move. After that, only general things will come. Any doubt here?
No, ma'am.
If you have any doubts, please then and then clarify. Let me see the class strength. 19. Okay. So, as I told you that, how do you represent your training example? Training example, see, training example is a complete thing, including your target concept. What is a target concept? The last column is your target concept. Training example, each row is represented with a small d, where the complete training set is nothing but a big D. Complete training set is nothing but a big D. So here, your all instances are the combination of, so from here, from sunny to same, from sky to forecast is an instance. An instance along with its target concept is called as a training example. Complete the whole table, complete row, particular row is called a training example called small d. The whole table is called big D, uppercase D. Set of all data, set of all training examples. So here a particular small d is called your training example sample. In the small d, it's a combination of your instance, means x. All these values are instances where this is your classified data. So it's a combination of, it's a pair of an instance called x and its classified value. What is that? The last one. Sunny, warm, normal, strong, warm, same. It's called x1, where this is C of x1. S is C of x1. Together we call it as training example. Suppose if C of x is 0, we know that when it is no, it is 0, C of x is 0, which is negative example. If it is 1, it is positive example. Okay, we know that how to describe the most specific hypothesis is with all fives, right? It means that no day is a good day for water sport. I don't enjoy at all. No day, nothing is possible. I am starting my journey from here towards general. It means every day is a good day for me for water sport. I don't worry about what is the weather situation it is, what is the attribute value. If it is a question mark, anything is acceptable. Any value is acceptable. If this is a 5, no value is acceptable. Let us get into the directly the algorithm. So it's like this. Initially, see, I told you that you have to start with an assumption. Suppose my hypothesis is like this supposition. I have to start with an assumption that having 6 attribute values, all values are 5. I have to end up with somewhere that is the best specific hypothesis out of the finders that I get. Remember, I am moving from specific to general. So one of the values uh, will be replaced towards question mark. I have to initialize my hypothesis to the most specific hypothesis. Then what is my initial hypothesis? This is my initial hypothesis. When I am applying every data set over the hypothesis is going to be changed little. So now, and I have to worry about only the positive examples in my data set. So your third row never comes into picture. So before you go for taking the data any instance to change the hypothesis, make sure that that is the positive instance. Yes. First one is a positive sample. So for each positive sample, what I have to do, and for each attribute I have to compare. I have to compare this 5 with, I have to compare two things now, my hypothesis and then my data set. So I have to compare this hypothesis with this value and then second hypothetical value with warm. Like that, each attribute I have to compare. When you compare like this, before going to algorithm, I'll tell you, whenever you are comparing a phi and a particular value, categorical value in your training sample, you will get the training sample data itself. You will not get the phi. Since I am moving towards general, when nothing is acceptable, something is going to be acceptable. Okay. When there are two different categorical values, suppose they are comparing a sunny with rainy, that time it is two different things, right? In hypothesis, you imagine you have sunny, but in training sample you have something called cloudy. Those two are different. When you are comparing two different values, so the resultant hypothesis is a question mark. When you are comparing two different categorical values, question mark will come. Whenever you are comparing a question mark with a categorical value called sunny, question mark only will exist. But whenever you are comparing a 5 with a particular categorical value called sunny, sunny only will come. These are the things you have to remember. A 5 with a categorical value is a categorical value. A question mark with a categorical value is a question mark itself. When you are comparing two different values, that is question mark. Because I am moving towards general, so question mark has the maximum. So very simple, from 5 to categorical value to the question mark. So this is moving from most specific to specific and then to general. 5 to specific called Sunny or anything, and then to general, that is called a question mark. Okay, so now you just see for each attribute I have to compare the hypothetical value along with my training sample value. If the attribute value, where do you see? The attribute value is nothing but here. Attribute value is equal to hypothesis value. Both are same. If both are same, you no need to worry, just maintain your hypothesis data as such. Don't change anything in the hypothesis. If both are same, not a worry. Suppose if the attribute value, if the attribute value is not equal to hypothesis value, this comes twice. When both are not equal, when both are different categorical values, that time also your attribute value not equal to hypothesis value, and at the same time in the hypothesis you have 5, in the attribute you have some value. So there are two situations here, one 5, one categorical value, that time also both are different. One more time is both are different, hypothesis is not 5. Now you see, according to my situation, my hypothesis value is 5 and that is not equal to Sunny, right? First case satisfied in else if. First case satisfied in else if. At the same time, hypothesis value is equal to 5, correct? This hypothesis value equal to 5. Then what I have to do? Assign your hypothesis with the example value. What is the example value? All these are example values, no? Sunny is not equal to 5, warm is not equal to the second 5, normal is not equal to third 5, like that. So when all are not equivalent to the hypothesis value and your example value doesn't match, at the same time in hypothesis you have 5, then what I have to do? My hypothesis has to be updated. Updated with what? Example value. What is my example value? Sunny, warm, normal, strong, warm, same. This is my resultant hypothesis. Any doubt in this? After my first sample, this is my resultant hypothesis. You see, I have, according to the algorithm only I am going. I have initialized my hypothesis like this. I have to check the consistency. Consistency means what? Both values same is consistent. When it is different, it is inconsistent. So I have to compare my hypothesis with my positive sample. Both are not equal. At the same time, hypothesis has 5. So my resultant hypothesis should be what? Nothing but my sample data itself. This is my resultant hypothesis now. Yes, understood? Say yes or no. Being in the meeting, at least, it is a class, you should know. Please respond something.
Yes.
Yes. Is going to the next sample. What is my next sample? Next positive sample only you have to take. What is that? Sunny, warm, high, strong, warm, same. What is my resultant hypothesis? This is my resultant hypothesis, no? This is my resultant hypothesis. Now, just compare it with the data sample, second sample. Sunny and Sunny here. When both the values are same, do nothing. Correct, no? Just take the same value as such. Here also warm, take as such. Then you have normal and high. In this case, it is the last case called else. Both are not same at the same time. The hypothesis not having 5, it is having something different value. So that time what you have to do? If instead of normal, if you had a 5 here, then you should take high only. But here both are different, so I have to take a question mark. Anything will work. Then strong, warm, same as it is, so I have copied as such. This is my resultant hypothesis after the second sample. Since your third sample is negative sample, I will not consider in finders. Go to the last sample. Last sample. So this is my last sample. Sunny, warm, high, strong, cool, change. This is the resultant hypothesis in the previous. Just compare. Sunny, sunny will come as such. Warm also will come as such. But here there is a question mark and then high. Right? I told you there is a question mark and high because I am going towards general. Question mark, anything will work. High only will work. Are you going to general or going to towards general or specific? I am going towards general. When I am going my region towards general, anything will work is correct. Not specifically saying high. So that why I read a question mark here. Then strong and strong. So just take as such. When there is a discrepancy like inconsistency, warm and cool, make a question mark, and then same and change, make a question mark. So by this my data is get over, so that automatically it will quit out of the algorithm. So this is my resultant hypothesis. This is my resultant hypothesis. But there are a lot of limitations in finders algorithm because you will get the consistent hypothesis, very specific hypothesis. This is the maximally specific hypothesis. More than this, you will not get further. Means your specific region ends. That is the maximum specific region. So later on, all your attribute values, sunny, warm, strong, all those things are going to become question marks because we have started from 5 towards specific towards general. So it has lot of issues, questions arises with the performance of finders because it is not considering the negative examples. That is one of the reason. And finders will give you the consistent hypothesis only until unless you don't have any errors in your data. If proper data is provided, only then you can find the consistent hypothesis with finders by considering only positive samples. You see, only specific region is going towards general. But actually, the set of all consistent hypothesis called your version space, you're going to get them only when you move both the regions. See, for every positive sample, you are moving towards general. Your specific is getting shrinked, but for every negative sample, at the same time, you have to move towards specific. Both the regions has to shrink, but here only one region is getting shrinked. So you cannot say that the hypothesis which you got out of this is the consistent one when you have errors in your data set. When you don't have any errors in data set, no noise, nothing, so no issues. But if you have that, you will not get the consistent. So let us see the issues one by one. Has the learner converged to the true target concept? Though the algorithm results with a hypothesis, anyhow, we got a hypothesis here that is consistent with the training data. We assume that it has no way to determine whether the obtained target concept is correct or not. Whether the obtained target concept is correct or not. Next one, why the most specific hypothesis is preferred? See, the biggest drawback with finders is why we are only considering the specific one. Why can't we go for general region? So in case there are multiple hypotheses that are consistent with the training examples, finders prefers only the specific. Why not the most general or intermediate generality? So that is the issue with finders. It always wants the most specific one. When you have n number of hypotheses which are available, it is going towards only specific. What if the training examples are not consistent? That is what I told you. When there are errors means what? When you don't see any value for a particular attribute, that is called an error. So it will lead to severely mislead the finders algorithm. At least the algorithm could detect such inconsistency and handle the possible errors. Next, what if there are several maximally specific consistent hypotheses? The algorithm can be extended to, okay, several maximally specific consistent hypotheses. You, in this case, okay, you got only one, no issues. See, my job is I have to move towards general. One of the attributes has to become question marks. But in this case, you have three general attributes are there, attribute values are there. What if, however you do, you're getting more specificity? Means it is not going towards general at all. In that case, somewhere you might have done mistake. I have to go towards general, means one of the attributes values has to become question mark, at least minimum 1 or 2. Out of 6 attribute values, all the 5 are specific, only one is getting general every time, means somewhere you have done a mistake. So I have to backtrack and then resolve the issue, but that is not possible in Findus. So these are the limitations of Findus, which is very important. So next class I'll discuss with you regarding the version spaces, what is version space and candidate elimination algorithm, along with how to execute the program in lab, which platform you have to prefer, how to execute the code. It's a Python code. I think you have to install your Windows version of Anaconda software, which is open source only. You can download it and then install. Not a big deal in it. We'll see that. I'll just tell you about it. So next class I'll tell you regarding the requirements of the laboratory. Now after you installed to your systems, we'll proceed how to execute all those things. Is that clear with the concept of Findus? How the Findus algorithm work?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready? Remaining? Deepak Gowda, Chandrasekhar, Ramya, Bindu.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts with Findus? Shall I consider
No,
no
ma'am.
doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
No, ma'am.
We take the attendance. Wait. We'll stop the recording.